What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, I know this is a little off topic because today's commentary is going to be revolving around Battlefield, but today Treyarch is actually adding in WMD into Black Ops Cold War, along with an additional assault rifle as well, I believe. So, if you guys want to actually check out that brand new content, I'm going to be going ahead and live streaming it pretty much all day long today over on my Twitch channel. Link to that is down in the description. And we've also been playing tons of Milsim games like, Hell Let Loose, Squad, and I've also been thinking about maybe streaming a little bit more Escape from Tarkov, but who knows what the future holds. Like I said, the link to that stuff is down in the description. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today is actually a massive day for a lot of Battlefield fans and people who have pretty much given up on Battlefield 2042. Now, this is obviously not going to be enough to, get people to return back to the game, and who knows, maybe when summertime comes around and Season 1 drops, the game still might be dead. Who knows at that point? But still, regardless, I think this is going to be very positive feedback for tons of people who are disappointed at this factor. Now, again, I know a lot of people already know that the map design is the main focus of the developers right now. But something that has been still floating around in the air right now is how are they going to manage the specialist system? They haven't really pinpointed the specialists yet and really communicated with the community about this topic. They kind of just shove it aside. They mention bugs, glitches, content, scoreboards, voice chat, and all that stuff, but they never really, touch upon the Angel meme. Angel does it again. They never really talk about any of that stuff. But finally, over on Twitter, as you can see here, Battlefield Bulletin put out a tweet saying, EA DICE plans to do a feedback loop about Battlefield 2042 specialists at a later time. The team has substantial fixes and improvements planned, but they are not part of next week's update 3.3. The main purpose of the 3.3 is the refreshed scoreboard and steadfast bundle. Now, as we already know here, the next upcoming updates aren't going to have anything massive or game-changing. So if you really truly thought the specialists were going to, happen in the next upcoming month, it's not happening. Things like maps, specialists, and all the content is planned for summertime. These next upcoming months leading to summertime are more than likely just going to be, bug fixes, and as you see here, features that should have been in the game since pretty much day one that are being added in months and months and months later. But the point of this tweet that I truly want to highlight is the team has substantial fixes and improvements planned. That, to me personally, sounds fantastic. Because the specialist system in this game, I think everybody can agree right now, including myself. And if you've been following my channel since the beginning of the whole Battlefield news cycle, you probably already know this. But in the very beginning of this game, it sucks to have to say this, but I always fess up to all the things I say that, I turn my back on and I change my mind on. I'm not, trying to hide anything. I was hyping the living hell out of the specialists. For some strange reason, I thought specialists would have been extremely cool and a good introduction into the whole Battlefield scene. And it just completely backfired. The beta, I guess I didn't have enough playtime to actually, see if specialists were cool. And I'm assuming the developers never really played this game that much because, like I said, in the beta, I thought the specialists were cool. So, clearly, if you have very little playtime in the game, specialists seem like a very good concept for Battlefield. But after investing hours and hours and hours, I got to S tier, that's, hundreds of levels, I can't support it anymore, and I just can't see how the developers, if they truly do play their game, and they put all of this time into, testing their game and playing it with their friends, and just playing online with all of us as well, I don't know how they'll be able to play it for this long, and not see that specialists were a horrible idea. So to see that the developers are coming in and saying they have substantial fixes and improvements coming for the specialist system is great. And also, the feedback loop is huge as well, so us as the community can get together and form our own ideas and give our creative opinions to see if we can give any good feedback. Now, this is the problem. The feedback loop is still extremely early. We've only had one feedback loop for the map design, and we still have no clue if it's, effective or if it's working. People are using it. People are upvoting the best ideas all the time. But we don't know if the developers are looking at this, if they see this, or if this is a legitimate thing, or if it's just something they're throwing out there to keep us busy and off their tail. We have no clue how this whole situation is going to turn out. So they can do the same thing they did when they pulled the trailer and hyped us all up and, basically clickbaited us off of that trailer. They could do the same thing here. They'll clickbait us right back by saying, yes, we have a feedback loop for the specialist system. We know you all hate specialists, so go ahead and leave all your opinions and all your thoughts, and we'll get back to you. They could easily do that. And I'm telling you right now, that alone, that feature, is enough for a lot of people to return. Not everybody, but I've done multiple polls in the past. I've read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments, and one of the biggest problems with this game, yeah, maps are widely disliked and there's tons of bugs and glitches, but one of the biggest things is people hate specialists. They want their traditional class system back. They prefer it for Battlefield, and I'm going to be honest, I prefer it as well. It feels good, it encourages more team play, and it gets people to work together as a unit more than the specialists do. And I promise you, if DICE goes ahead and completely revamps the specialists, people will come pouring back in, and they know this. So I guarantee that some type of this is going to be corrupt as hell. They're going to try to finesse people back into the game, and who knows what they're going to actually do. Again, I don't think the actual specialists are going anywhere. I'm positive they're going to keep these characters and probably keep their voice lines because, EA, they're stingy as hell with their money, and there's no possible way they're going to, just throw out so much cash for hiring all these people to make these characters with the animations and also the individuals who are voice acting for the characters themselves. It's a costly thing. They're not going to go ahead and go back on that. But, they could definitely go ahead and revamp this whole system. I could see it being done. It's just, will they actually do it? I've seen so many amazing fan-made, ideas on how they can go ahead and implement traditional, class systems with these specialists in the game. And obviously, it's not going to be 110% exactly what people want out of classes, but it's the best of both worlds, and at this point, that's all we can get when it comes to Battlefield 2042. It's one of those games that have been basically screwed from the foundation up. So at this point, I can't really see Battlefield 2042 popping off and being the best game ever. It can't really pull a Battlefield 5, I don't think, and, really bring in the numbers after a full, years and years of its life cycle going by with extra content and bug fixes and stuff like that. It's missing the core Battlefield that a lot of people love. But again, like I said, if they can change some things with the map designs and how they place some of the objectives and change the specialist system and polish off the overall game to make it run properly, it could potentially be a best of both worlds situation. And you have to understand, people have spent money for this game, It's nothing you could do about it. You can't sell it back. People can't get refunds right now. On the rare occasion you can, or you could take it to GameStop if you got a physical copy and get, a very, very, very small fragment of what you paid for the actual copy of the game itself. People are just basically holding on to it and accepting the loss. So even if the game gets some content and they do bring back the class system and they do fix the maps and they add more cover and they change the objectives to allow for better flow and conquest specifically, I think that it will make people feel a little bit happier, at least me personally. Again, like I said, I'm just going to wait on another Battlefield title to maybe get my hopes partially higher. Battlefield 2042, to me personally, is just completely chalked. Hopefully, if EA still decides to make a Battlefield game after such a flop like this, which I think they will, since, it's still sold extremely good. Don't forget, everybody pre-ordered it because of the trailer that looks so amazing, so they still made their money. So they probably will make another Battlefield game. I'm just hoping after such bad feedback from this one, they won't make the same mistakes. But as I was saying, regardless, I spent money on the game, and a lot of other people did as well. So even if it's just some extra content and, fixing the class system and making it traditional again, that will make me happy enough to, play it at least every once in a while. Does that mean I'm happy with the process of this game and how the developers are handling it? No, not at all. The developers had a horrible control of this game and their community, horrible communication this whole time. Again, like I said, they have a lot of proof here, especially after such a flop like Battlefield 5. They already lost tons of support from their community off of that game alone, and then coming out with Battlefield 2042 after such a hype train, and then failing even worse than the previous title. It's a lot. It's a lot of catch-up going on right now, and they're going to have to do way more than just feedback loops to, get the core community back into the game. We need proof, we need physical proof, and we need to see these additions actually happen. We need to see these map changes. We need to see that the upcoming DLCs are going to be much smaller and better for infantry gameplay. We need to see that they're actually going to go ahead and work on the specialists. We can't just hear it right now. You've lied to us one too many times. There's no more trust when it comes to, DICE and the community. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and that bell notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have Twitter and Discord, both of them in the down description. And also want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch. Link that is in the description as well. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.